Okon was a gate man to a very rich man, and Okon got married to Ini. So they were very, very poor, but because the husband was a gate man, they were whatever the rich people paid him, he was able to use to manage with his family. So one day when Okon's wife was due to give birth, they did not know, because they couldn't even afford to do a scan to know how many babies he was carrying. So Okon was so happy when she got into labor, and when they got to the hospital for her to deliver, they saw that she had delivered two babies. Like she was pushing, she pushed the first baby and pushed the second baby, because they didn't do scan. All those people that will go to the hospital, they won't do scan, and then they will just because if they knew that she was carrying twins, they will not want her to push the baby, they want to do a C-section. So Okon was so happy. He had gone to tell his boss that the wife had delivered two babies. So he was so happy because Okon had worked with this boss. They didn't have children. So one day Okon had a challenge, and they left because the boss now traveled. They couldn't get a job, so they went back to a nearby village. On reaching there, Okon decided that Okon kept the boss's number, so he decided one day to check on the boss. The boss now said, Okon, how have you been? He said he's doing well. So how are the children and your wife? He said he's doing well. So that was how Okon's wife now suggested to Okon that it's better that, since this man doesn't have children, let them sell one of the babies to the husband. Now said, what kind of suggestion is that? Why would you want to sell your own child? She said because they've been living in penury, like the suffering is too much, that they cannot cater for two children. So that was how Okon spoke to the man. And the man said, it is not better if we adopted the child instead of you selling the child to us. Let's adopt the child. Okon now spoke to the wife. The wife now said no, that they need money, that they want to sell the child. That is not adoption they want, they need money. So that was how the man sent money to them. He arranged for someone to pick the child, and they took the child. When they came back to Nigeria, they stayed in a different state entirely. So while Okon was doing gate man for another man, he saw a piece of land that they were about to sell. So it was Okon that showed the people the land, that the person wants to sell it, that it was a distress sale. So when Okon told them about the land and they sold the land, they gave him agency. They gave him part of the agency. That was how Okon became rich. Like he started having money. So Okon went into fish farming. He was doing he had pigs. He was farming pigs. He did so many things. He had goats, and the goats were also bringing out milk. Like people come there to buy goat milk to use to manufacture cream and all those things. So Okon now sent his son, one of the twins, now to school. So when they got to school, it happened that the boy said he wants to study medicine, and this other one that they sold when things were bad for them also studied medicine. Now they attended the same school, because they were now back into Nigeria, and the boss used to say that he wants his children to attend a normal government university, not a private. So Okon's son and this other boy met in the university. When they met, they looked too alike because they were identical twins. So Okon's son now went to, but the thing is, they did not study the same field of medicine. One studied, but they will do some courses together from year 1 to year 2. So one studied a different branch of medicine. One did medicine and surgery. The other one did he studied to become a neurologist. So whenever they meet, people be like, this guy looks like you. This one will say, that's how God creates two people in the world. So they didn't know. So one day, Okon visited the school, and it happened to be that they were having their I think that was when they had finished they've done their, it was when they were to do their final party where they used to come, oath taking, where they used to take their oath taking. So Okon now recognized his boss and ran to his boss and greeted him and asked him if he came for someone else. He now said that he came with his son and that they are having the oath taking is today. So Okon now said him to he came with his son, that is oath taking. So the man asked Okon, so your son studied medicine? He said yes. Then he said his own son also studied medicine. That was how they met. So the man now called his son to come and greet Okon. Okon now brought his own son to come and greet his boss. So that was when Okon now met the man and now asked him a question in private. He says, sir, now that this thing is like this, don't you think that now that it's like this, that does he not think that his wife made a mistake to have sold this boy, that he will want to ask whether he can pay back the money and take back the boy. So Okon said it to the man. The man now said, I thought they had asked if they should adopt this boy. He said no, that they should give them money. But now, see how he's trying to bring a problem out of where, that since the boys don't know, he should allow them. Okon now said no, that he wants his son back, that he's going to pay back the money, even if he has to triple the money, pay back for the university, where the boy was in the university and all. The celebration that would have really been a sweet one, because Okon came to celebrate the whole thing. So the Okon's wife was sitting under a canopy with other guests, so she didn't even know what was going on. That was when Okon was coming with the boy. So the son was asking the father, hope no problem. The father said no problem. That was how Okon now went and told the wife everything. And he now said that, that because of what they came for, they should round off, that later they can talk about it, so that the people will not understand what is going on. So somebody in the oath-taking ground who overheard them discussing the matter went to the rich man's son and said that, this man that came with you, is he really your biological father? The boy said yes, that he grew up with him all his life, he has known him. He now said, ask your father, because I overheard him discussing with one man that he should return the boy. Now that he has money, he can pay back, so let him know what's up. So the guy now said no, maybe the guy did not know what he's talking about. He now went to the father and asked him who is his father. So he now felt that maybe somebody must have told him the gist. Meanwhile, nobody told him, or the guy just told him something like that. So he now just asked who is his father. So he thought that maybe somebody must have told him everything. So he told him that when they get home, they will talk about it. So immediately they go home. The guy told the mother and the boss that he wants to see them, and he now said that they have been kind to him, that this thing that is going on, that people are beginning to point fingers at him, that they are not his biological parents, that he's worried, that can they tell him the truth. So because the man already had sold himself by saying that he should not worry, that when they go home they'll talk about it, if he had debunked it immediately, maybe the boy wouldn't have felt that bad. That was how the man said before they talk about this thing, they need Okon to be around. He placed a call to Okon and said that he would want to see him the next morning. Okon now went with his wife and one of their elders. The wife, these other people came, they sat down, they talked about it and told the guy everything that happened. So they now said that they are going to hand over the son to Okon, even though it is against what they had talked about and planned. So that was how both families came together. It wasn't an easy decision. They cried. This guy hugged this one and said that no wonder in school people were saying that they acted alike. They did things the same way. They will gesticulate if they are talking the same way. So now this is all that they used to eat. So they hugged. They were happy. Even though the boy felt betrayed, but he made peace with his parents. Everybody was happy. And that was how Okon left with his son. Now, because after that they needed to go and do housemanship, Okon was now, financially stable to foot their bills. He now decided that after that they could go outside the country, to go and learn more about their field.